everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video, and today we're going to be continuing my top 10 countdown to my favorite good guys, champions, and heroes of all time! Now, remember, this is not who I think is the best, that's who I like the most. So, without any further ado, coming in at number 2. Yes, number 2! 2! Jeez, we're almost done with this thing. Whatever. Anyways, coming in at number 2 on my top 10 countdown would be, from Beast Wars Transformers, Dinobot. Now, let's bring this bad boy out here. Dinobot. I love Transformers. There is no doubt about that. Look at my fucking figures. I have all the DVDs. I love Transformers. All of them. God, I can even give sympathy to the Unicron trilogy that pretty much sucked. But Beast Wars was the best Transformer show there was, for many reasons. And it's kind of funny because Dinobot is not only my favorite figure of all time, but my favorite character of all time. Dinobot really represents what a warrior is, and I can really relate to that because I'm a fighter. I take karate, I used to do tournaments all the time. I love to fight, and Dinobot embodies a warrior. He believes in honor above all else things, above good and bad. He believes in honor. If I could relate Dinobot to anyone, the best person I could relate him to is Worf from Star Trek. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, well, why? I would say because, see, Dinobot and Worf are in the same predicament. See, Worf has his loyalty to the Klingon Empire, and he has his loyalty to Starfleet. But above all else, he has his loyalty to honor and doing the right thing. Although the Klingon Empire does wrong stuff, he believes in honor above all else. Same with Dinobot. He has his loyalty to the Predacons and to the Maximals, but above all else, he has his honor. Although he wants to be with the Predacons, they do wrong stuff. It's dishonorable. So he goes with the Maximals. Dinobot embodies honor. I mean, what else can I say about that? It's such a beautiful thing with his character. In addition to that, he's probably the best fighter there was on Transformers. Best fighter on Beast Wars without a doubt. He may not have been the strongest, he may not have been the fastest, but skill-wise, he was bar none better than anyone. Now, a lot of people say, well, Optimus Primal defeated him on the bridge. Hell no. Optimus Primal got the advantage at one point, but so did Dinobot. Did you not remember Dinobot saved Optimus Primal's ass? So, I consider them almost equals. I mean, Primal's probably not as good as a fighter, but he has a lot more weapons to him. It's kind of like how Megatron's probably not as good as a fighter as Dinobot, but he's just bigger and stronger. But Dinobot's an amazing fighter, and he had such a complex, morally torn story during Beast Wars, because he starts off as a Predacon, goes to the Maximals, he starts doubting the Maximals, returns to the Predacons, starts to realize how bad the Predacons are off, and goes back to the Maximals. And I have to say, with the exception of Optimus Prime's death in the movie, the 1980s movie, Dinobot has the most touching death of all. When he died, the stuff he said, how he died, it was so beautiful. He fought unbeatable odds. He defeated all the Predacons, and he defeated all of them in style. And in addition to that, he was dying, and he said the most beautiful words, you know, tell my tale to those who ask it. Tell it truly. Ill deeds in the good, and may I be judged accordingly. The rest is silence. Beautiful. It's like Shakespeare. Of course, Dinobot has a thing about doing Shakespeare stuff, but a lot of people complain about how Dinobot died, though. They said, well, Tigatron or Waspinator or Pterosaur, they got thrashed around a lot more than Dinobot. Dinobot didn't die necessarily due to his injuries. It's because of a power loss. He must have got hit somehow, some way, that affected his power reserves. So that's why he kept on needing to go into stasis lock, because he was running out of power. Not necessarily because his components were damaged. So that kind of throws in an explanation for that. But I think Dinobot is a brave, honorable, and amazing character. And, you know, it's because of Dinobot, honestly, that I got into Transformers. I used to watch G1 Transformers with my brother, and I liked it. I still love G1 Transformers, despite the fact it's very much a kid's show, and yeah. It's like G.I. Joe. You can love G.I. Joe for, like, it being G.I. Joe, but it's a freaking war that no one wins. No one dies either, but, what is it? G1 Transformers, I watched that with my brother, but it was hard to get into it seeing he hogged all the toys and stuff like that. And I was younger when G1 Transformers was out. But when Beast Wars came out, Dinobot is what got me into Transformers, and I forever thank him for that. He's an amazing character, such a beautiful ending, a really touching ending. I mean, I honestly think he's the best Beast Wars character, with the exception... No, I like him more than Megatron, although Megatron does make the show. But I think he is the most touching character in the show. A lot of people argue with that and say Depth Charge is, but I disagree because Depth Charge didn't go through any moral dilemmas or anything. He just wanted to kill Rampage. That's it. And eventually he got his wish, but because he was sad, Rampage killed everyone else. But I think Dinobot has so much to him as a character. He's absolutely beautiful. One of my favorite heroes of all time, and he will always be remembered. Always. When I am gray and old, I will have a Dinobot figure by my bedside. I already told my girlfriend that. When we get married, there will be a Dinobot by our bedside. There's no doubt about that. So, with that said, and when I have kids, I will tell his tale to those who ask. His ill deeds and his good, so that they can judge him accordingly. And then the rest will be a silence. Sorry, I had to throw that in there. But Dinobot, definitely one of my top heroes of all time. As always, if you want to join the countdown, go right ahead. And next week, I will be telling you what will be the next countdown, because next week is the #1 pick for my top 10 heroes of all time. So with that said, this is Andrew saying peace out for now.